I'm Deborah Lamata, and this is Women Entrepreneur Spotlight. I started this podcast because I believe that every woman entrepreneur has a story to tell, and by sharing that story, she could be helping the next woman entrepreneur looking for some guidance. So tune in, get comfortable, and enjoy the series. Hi, and welcome to Women Entrepreneur Spotlight. I want to welcome my guest, Bianca Corbett from Bees Teas. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. How are you, Bianca?
You're welcome. I'm doing well. Thank you very much for asking. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm on vacation this week. All right. So I like to ask two questions to get us warmed up. And the first one is, what is your favorite app on your phone and why?
I looked over that question. I was thinking my calculator, honestly. I don't have too many apps on the phone that I favorite because sometimes I don't like to be on the phone as much as far as like having my attention taken away. But whenever I do choose to freely go on the phone, I will go on the calculator. I like to play with numbers. So
really?
Yes, I do. So if it's not going, sometimes it goes on in my head and I need to see it. So I need a visual. So I'll go on the calculator.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. I love asking these questions because I never know what the answer is going to be. And calculator is a new one. All right.
Yeah.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
If I could have any superpower, honestly, I'd like to be able to speak any language I wanted to, and be able to fluently speak it and completely understand it. Even if it's like slang terms or anything of that nature, I'd like to be able to understand. So yeah, speak any language.
I like that. I like that a lot because I've tried to learn Spanish. I do a few words here and there. I took the good old, high school French. So I like that superpower, being able to speak in different languages. Who is Bianca Corbett, the woman behind Bees Teas?
I'm still discovering that. I don't have a solid answer. I'm definitely still discovering who I am as a person. I'm so used to having a goal, knowing what I want to do, setting a goal, and then doing what I need to go after it. In those moments, I discover what I'm capable of, which lets me know who I am, my boundaries, and other things of that nature. So I am truly still discovering who I am as Bianca Corbett. But as far as I know, I do know that I am goal oriented and I like to go after it with as much power as I possibly got to do so. So that's me. I set things and I try to accomplish it. I'm always trying to be better than what I currently am. Trying to reach my complete potential. So I want to know all that I'm capable of.
And so you give 100 plus % to everything you do.
Most of the time, not all of the time. That is the honest truth. That is the honest truth.
I like it.
The thing is to be consistent. That's the thing.
This is
consistent,
true.
and then maintain.
Right.
And sometimes in maintaining, I'm not always at 100. It's just doing it.
Right.
So I've got to just continue to do it as long as it ends up getting done. That's what.
And so you took all of that and you started your own business. When did you know you wanted to start your own business?
Junior year college, because I wanted money. That's what it was. That is the honest initial drive. I had loans. I was the first I'm the middle child, not the first to go to school, but the first to complete school.
Okay.
First to get my bachelor's. So that was trying, very trying, and financially trying as well. I worked all through school, paid my way, paid bills, and took on loans. And then I just sat down at the computer. I'm like, I've got to do something that I enjoy. What do I enjoy? What can I do to help me get what it is that I need so that way I can go to school comfortably? Because initially I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a dentist.
Okay.
Wanted to be a dentist after I realized that veterinarian school was going to be a bit longer because my true dream Yes, my true dream was to be Eliza Thornberry from Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yes.
know it sounds odd, but I always wanted
Oh
to
my
be able
God.
to talk to them. So, so I was like, well, what's the closest thing I can get to being able to talk to animals? Veterinarian. So then I realized, well, veterinarian school is going to take a very long time. I don't want to be in school that long. What else do I like? And smiles. So be a dentist. And then I had a bunch of work done on my teeth before I turned 21, and I realized that dentistry was boring. It was boring. And I looked into a couple statistics and come to find out it's one of the leading professions with suicide, with this
Wow.
high suicide rate. And then when I was getting the work done, I was sitting on the table and I'm like, I can see why this is sorry. Sorry to say, I was like, this is not for me. This is just not for me. I don't connect enough with it, other than the smiles. So that's what I like. I like to see people smile. So on top of the loans and knowing that I would be going to school for a long time after I knew I was finished with my bachelor's, I just realized if I'm going to do another 4 years of school and then residency and things of that nature, that I need to be able to go to school comfortably. To go to school comfortably would mean I would have to be financially comfortable.
Right.
So then I decided, okay, well, what's the best way to be able to make my own schedule and get money to do so? My own business. So that was my goal. And then after I graduated, the year I graduated, by the end of the year, I had moved out of my parents, I believe like for the second time. So I had moved out of my parents and I had gotten my own place, and I actually opened a childcare. I have an RBT license, a behavioral therapist license. So I work with children who are diagnosed under the autism spectrum.
Okay.
So I realized, okay, I'm pretty good with children. I
Okay.
could have an in-home child care. I could be home. I could be home and studying.
Absolutely.
I like my daytime. So I decided to open an overnight child
Oh,
care. I did not market that the way I should have, and it didn't end up doing too well. That didn't do well. And then COVID hit, and I had already been making the tea. I had gotten the recipe from a friend of mine. His name is Akil, and he's West Indian. So he had this remedy for when I was sick. So I would make the tea, and then I just started to do my own thing on it.
okay.
Changing the ingredient here, adding an ingredient there. Then I tested it out on my family, and they're like, oh yeah, I think you should try to sell this. And I was just like, well, let's go for it. And
Yeah.
tried it out, and it was profitable. So I said, okay, gotta do something with it here. But my attention couldn't be stretched too thin.
Okay.
I was already working. I was trying to keep up the childcare, and then there was the tea, so something had to give. So I ended up letting go of the childcare because
Okay.
it just was not profitable. One day I'll try
Yeah.
again, do it better, and
Okay.
do it different. But as of right now, my attention is completely on bees teas.
So is the bees teas then full time for you now, or you?
Mostly yes.
Okay.
For the most part, yes. I do not have any children that I work with currently,
Okay.
one-on-one. No direct clients that I
Okay.
work with. I do still work on the side though for capital.
Going into doing the teas and doing it almost full time, you took it from a home based business to you are also in retail stores.
Yes, home base, and I'm working on getting into retail stores again. Now, currently, I have been in two different stores. One is in Wilmington called Lease for Life, and then the other one was in Smyrna called Living Well,
Okay.
Natural Health. We have a Middletown location. So, but I was in where the tea was being carried in the Smyrna location, and from that, I actually have a few loyal customers still from that even after the location shut down, that they still order.
So
So I'm
then,
thankful
so
for that.
then, so then, is everything basically then online ordering for you at this point?
Online, and also I had done events through the spring and the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, it's a bit cold, and then it's also the holiday season. So there are indoor events to do, but the push is really to be where I know that I need to be, where I know the tea needs to be, which is in stores and in restaurants. That's where I would like it to be.
Okay. All right. And so how's your marketing going for that then?
Learning, definitely learning.
Okay.
There's so many places where I wish I had like a mentor that was right with me the whole time. So it almost reminds me of college as far as figuring things out, how, step by step. I've been operating with this Square POS system. They offer like the text message marketing. So
Okay.
from time to time, I have been able to send out a few like coupons and things of that nature, text message. So I'm learning that still, and then also there's social media, which
Right.
I'm learning to get better with because I'm honestly not the best with social media. I like privacy, so it's
It's hard, and I know I use it also for the podcast and for the radio show.
I'm strictly two social media platforms. Anything more is just a distraction for me.
Do you have competition? I don't, I've been to a lot of the events. I've moved down here. I'm here a year now. So during the summer, I was at a lot of events. That's how we met. Do you, and I really haven't seen any other teas being at the different events. So
as far as I know, I'm the only one doing ginger tea. I do know of a guy, his name is Dre. He's really cool. He does sorrel drink. They have ginger in it and like turmeric and sorrel. I think it's sorrel or it's one of those. So he does. So he makes those drinks, but they're not teas. So as far as I know in the area, I do not have competition. What I did learn through doing events here in Delaware, because the year before I was doing events in Maryland, in DC. I did a couple in DC and I did a few in Maryland. And I mean, it took, but I wanted it to be closer in because closer to home,
right.
So I brought it back here and it was very new for a lot of people, and for a lot of taste buds. So I could tell that it's just not something that's a part of
the community. So when you go online to order your teas, you have a choice to pick less ginger, less mint, less sugar. So just having a hint of ginger, I love ginger. So it's like, bring it on. But for others who, the ginger could be, oh my gosh, that's so overpowering. You do have a chance of doing the less ginger, less sugar, less mint. I'm a less sugar person. Yeah. That's what I check off. So
I do have a few that after they have the drink, they start to get accustomed to the potency of the ginger, because since it's organic ginger, is definitely, I don't know what to call the other ginger in the store, but it's definitely genetically modified, bulked up ginger that's really full of just water, really. So what is it? Ginger should look like your hand in a way, like fingers and all. So it's really swollen, the other ginger. But this one, with the organic ginger, the potency is amazing. What is it? I've had a few customers that actually like it to be stronger.
Before we go any further, why don't you let everybody know how to order the tea?
Oh, yes, most definitely. All right. So they can go on Square, and the address is, of course, http://bees-teas.square.site.
Perfect.
And once they put the order in, that's when I work on it. I like to make them fresh to order because they are, freshly brewed. It's all fresh products, and I like for the customer to be able to have it as long as possible. I do have a advisory shelf life on there for 2 weeks. However, I do know customers that like to keep it longer, like when they get the gallons, because they like how it ferments, especially if they get one that there's the original, that's the ginger mint lime. But then there's also there's the strawberry, there's the mango, there's also apple, and I have peach and I have pineapple. So, but they're not offered all throughout the year.
Seasonal.
Definitely seasonal. So, but they like how the fruit and the ginger ferment together, and the mint, because the mint will cause fermentation as well. And there's also fresh lime in there. They like how it turns. Oh. And they like that it's like a bit stronger.
I do buy the smaller size, and I won't lie, it doesn't last long because I drink it. I love it. It doesn't last long enough to ferment. But next time I'll buy 2 and let 1 ferment. So did you have a business plan in the beginning?
In the beginning, no, I did not. My plan was to make it, sell it, and make people happy. And then I am very big on what goes into your body.
Okay.
What goes into your body, because whatever you're feeding your body is going to come out, and it's going to fuel you. It's going to aid you in however in whatever way you're taking it in. So I like things to be simple ingredients and not overly processed. And if I can get it to not be processed at all, that's great. And so that way, oh, I don't know if I should say this. This is all right. This might sound a little. I don't want it to sound like disgusting. I don't want to turn anybody off. Bowel movements. That's how I'll say it.
Okay.
Bowel movements are very important to me.
Yes.
So that's why it matters what goes in, so that way it can easily move out. Whatever you take in that day should be expelled in that same day. And if you eat late, then at least by that next morning, you know. So it matters, or else your breath will stink, your skin will be bad, your nails are chipped, your hair won't grow right, you'll have a bad odor. What goes in your body definitely matters. And I don't have children yet, so I need to make sure that I'm keeping myself right in that area, in that female area, so that way when the children come, they will have a good house.
Absolutely. No, you are 100% correct. If you're feeling stuck in your business, do you have somebody to turn to help you?
I am a believer in Christ. I very much work to keep that relationship my spiritual relationship with him as strong as possible. I turn to Christ in times of need. And then when I'm like, I need a physical person right here with me, I will consult with my sister, or my father, my friend Akil, who actually gave me who started off with the recipe anyway. He's
Yes.
highly intelligent, and he does not mind. He really doesn't mind being as forward as possible. So, which I appreciate. I definitely appreciate. I'm not that I'm someone who looks for criticism, but I don't mind correction, because I don't mind being better. So if that means that I've got to eat my pride, I'll turn to them. I also turn to my mom. Will go for it. I also have a friend. I call her. I don't like to say employees. I like to say helpers. They help because they do help me. But she's a part of my. Yes, it's my team. But I have like a nickname for them. Like she loves the tea. She loves the tea so much. But her name is Maya, and she's actually she was out there at the Peach Festival as well. She and my sister.
Okay.
Andre, and I'll go to her as well, because she likes to be forward. She enjoys being forward with me, and so it works. So it works. You know, that's the type of people I like to have around me. You don't have to sugarcoat. Honesty is key, and delivery does matter. However, sometimes you need to hear things a certain way in order for it to take effect. In order for it to do the work that it needs to do.
Absolutely. And how long have you been in business?
I have been in business for about 2 years now.
Okay.
It's October 31st was the first time I got into a store, and that was October 31st 2 years ago. Yep. So just a little over two years. Mm-hmm.
So it's important to have those mentors. That is to have somebody that, when times are tough, you can call and they won't tell you, oh no, it'll be okay. But to say, well, how about trying it this way? And maybe you shouldn't, have done it that way, but let's think about a better way. And that's part of I want to do with the Women Entrepreneur Spotlight, is to build that network of women so that, you can reach out to somebody that's been in business for a while, or somebody can reach out to you and say, all right, you have this product, and how did you do it? And so I would love to add your name to that list.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I don't mind sharing the information. Something I've experienced, which is something that it sucks, but it's an experience. It's a learning lesson. And it helps me too. There's a handful of successful business owners that don't like giving straight answers as to how and why. It's been difficult getting information in that way.
Okay.
So I don't mind whatever I learn. I don't mind giving those straight answers. I don't mind pointing somebody in a direction, even if it means completely writing it out for them. what
Right.
do you do, how to do it, what time to do it, or
Right.
anything of that nature.
Right,
So,
and all the
so
women and all
yeah.
the women that I've interviewed today, they're all more than happy to help another entrepreneur, another woman entrepreneur in the business. I feel, and it has been the sentiment of others too, that who else is going to support us? Who else is going to lift us?
Yeah.
And who else is going to empower us, ourselves, and then those that we surround ourselves with? So, thank you. I do appreciate that. What has been one of the highlights of starting your business?
Okay, just doing it. Realizing that I'm doing, on Saturday, because I'm branching out into the Philadelphia area. I'm
Wow.
knocking on a few doors there. So with it, the culture is just there as far as what is it? As far as vegan,
Okay.
organic, natural living lifestyle and
Okay.
eating. It's just there. I've got to go where the customer is.
Absolutely.
What is it? So I've got this list of places. I've already talked to the managers, the owners, and I'm going with the product to drop off. And there was a moment after I did the first one, I was a little scared with the first one. I'm like, oh my goodness. See, my family is from Philadelphia, so so I'm like, I'm really back here. I'm really back here, and I'm really going to do this. Like, am I going to be accepted, or am I going to be rejected? I'm like, well, I won't even know unless I actually do it. So, and I'm like, Bianca, you've already talked to him. Just go. You've already done the first part, the first step, the introduction. Now you just got to present yourself. So after I did the first one, I was like, I did it. Yeah, I did. And that has to be the highlight, to actually know that, yeah, I'm capable. I am capable. So that's the highlight for me. And then also, oh man, it's another thing too. Like my Sipper team, like they've been able to experience things with me as well. They, especially the growth, and even times where it wasn't going too well, they've been able to be in the ups and downs with me,
Right.
and the encouragement with them. And I'm grateful.
I'm
So I know it's one highlight, but those are my highlights.
I think those are the best highlights. Absolutely. Knowing that you're going to branch out and you've worked hard. And so on the other side of that, was there a moment maybe in the beginning where you just said, that's it, I'm done. I can't do it. This isn't working.
This year. Yeah, this year that happened this year. The first year, when I was going like Maryland and DC, I was meeting so many cool people. I was networking. It was cool. And then what is it? Earlier this year in April, I actually met this. He owns a power washing business. His name is Dennis Rogers. Sorry, give his full name. So he had introduced. Well, I had been introduced to him because I was getting a storage unit. He was there. His sister owns this storage unit place, and I didn't know, and until he was actually there, and he was like, I think you would be great for this group called Master Network. So I joined that, and I mean, like, I was on a roll. I was happy. I'm networking. I'm joining this networking group. I'm signed up for all these events, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bring it home. I'm gonna share this with the community. And then in the beginning, it was great. I did like the winery. They had a food truck event. They had this food truck event, and so I was working with a food truck called Falling Off the Bone Barbecue, Fish Fry and Barbecue. Is The owner's name is Tyrell, Mrs. Tyrell Henry. He had brought me out there with him. And it was going so good. It was going. I was loving it. I'm like, oh yeah, bringing it back here. That's great. We're doing great. We're doing great. It was after the Peach Festival.
Oh,
Things just started to seem to go downhill. As far as pushing the product, or not coming together the way I thought it was. And I just began to get so discouraged. And as you can see, we're in November. The Peach Festival was
I
August,
guess. Yeah.
so that's not a, like, how do you go from a year and some change of yay to 2 months
Happened?
of no, no, or the 3 months, but I mean, I was just getting so discouraged. I'm like, I'm putting out all of these funds, I'm putting it out, and I'm showing up, and I'm doing the work, and what's going on. And then after my last event, I was I was so distraught. I was so distraught. I mean, I did sell. I did sell, but not at what I expected, especially after having, what is it, not good turnouts. So
Okay.
many not good turnouts, like
Right.
weekend after weekend, and and I was just like, well, what am I doing wrong? What am I not doing? What do I need to give up? What do I have to reevaluate? And I mean, I'm like, I'm dotting my I's, I'm crossing my T's. I mean, I was in my head. I get stuck in my head sometimes, and I just go. And in my head, I'm screaming, but on the outside, I might be smiling, or I might just be looking, just so in my head, I'm going off. I'm questioning God, and I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it.
I'm
And
done.
then I had a dream. I was going through what that dream was telling me, and I was just like, okay, all right, Lord, this is I'll do it. I'll go up there. I'm really not in the mood. I don't want to hear it, but I'll go. I'll go. So that's why I'm in Philly. That's why I'm going branching out to Philly right now.
There you go.
So in hopes of, all right, be obedient, and things will come together. So
Absolutely.
the world is pivoting at, where we were talking about earlier, as
Right.
far as being more concerned about what you're intaking.
Right.
It's definitely in the time of the generation. So
Right.
I need to remain in that wave. Yeah,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
that's where I'm at right now. So slowly I've been gaining back my hope, and in my drive and everything, because I was ready to be done, but I hate feeling like I quit. Yeah, I hate it. I hate feeling like I quit. I hate feeling like I failed. I will keep at something until it works out, unless I'm like, okay, I finally have to let it go. But
Yeah.
no, it's not time to.
And the first couple of years is hard because you are learning the business. You are learning what works well for the product. You are learning what works for you, and
Yeah.
you are finding your niche, and you're now fine tuning what you have put together these last 2 years. So, we all get to that point. We feel discouraged, or, oh my God, what am I doing? Oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. And oh God, I do need some help. So give me some guidance. And through your dream, and he does work in mysterious ways. So he just keeps pushing you
Yeah.
along. And I'm
Yeah.
glad, because I think you have a great product, and I think you have a great future. What advice would you give another woman entrepreneur just starting their own business?
Have your alone time. Have your alone and quiet time to just be. That's where it for me. I'll say that's where for me I was truly able to mature in thought, in spirit, and in behavior. I was able to analyze. And make the adjustments and do it without a lot of worrying about an eye that's on me or an ear that's listening. God is always watching. I don't mind if God is watching, but sometimes when it's others watching, it's a bit too much of an audience.
Right.
And you don't always perform the same with an audience. When you're by yourself, you can dance and sing in the mirror and don't have to worry about any critique. Yeah, it's just you.
So true.
So you gotta. I thoroughly believe that you have to find that space where you're alone and to yourself. Even if you're arguing with yourself, you can have that argument with yourself, and the
All
only
by
one you got
yourself.
to be nervous about is you. You just you probably laugh at yourself too while you're doing it. Have all the conversations and the questions and everything. And
It's true. Absolutely.
I
Yep.
believe it's necessary.
Yeah,
That's where you hone in your craft.
that's right. And that coincides with the question I do ask, but I think you've answered it with, how do you balance work and a personal life, and taking that personal time and that quiet time? Do you set aside specific time though for you, or do you know when you need it and you take yourself out of the mix altogether?
Honestly, I take it where I can get it. I try not to force it.
Okay.
As far as I go to the gym.
Good.
That's my physical therapy. And my chemical therapy. It helps balance, keep everything balanced. What is it? I read. What is it? I've been working on. Side note, I've been working on the 48 Laws of Power since the beginning of April. Haven't finished it yet. It's intense, man. It's so intense. But
Okay.
That and 2 other books I've also been reading at the same time. But I like variety. See what needs to be done. I put that in the schedule first. And then after I see what I have to do,
right,
that's which is priority, then I go, okay, now I can put in my one.
Okay.
And I find where I can put my one in. And sometimes I will rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah,
so
right.
I will rob time from one place to do to put somewhere else, because sometimes what I've found is sometimes the work just can't get done if I'm not mentally at ease.
Absolutely.
If I'm not, so it can't be done. I'll be no good for it. And
Absolutely.
I refuse to push it.
Yeah.
I refuse to do so.
I do the same thing too. Because I do the podcasting and I do the radio show and I'm a wedding officiant and I work full time. So my brain gets really tired, and I literally have to say to whomever is around, it's like, I have to take a time out, because if I don't take that time out, like you said, for quietness and quiet that brain and bring everything down, and I don't care what I'm in the middle of doing, I have to do that. Like you have to stop and give yourself that time, because otherwise,
yeah.
So I am enjoying this conversation. Is there anything else that you would like to tell my listeners about the product, how to get it, where to get it?
Look for it. Look for it, and you can contact me anytime about it. I try to be strict as far as as far as letting the evening be just that time to recoup and just reflect on the day. So even if I do receive I'll allow messages through Facebook, and I know that you can put like time limits on when to receive messages and on Facebook or through Instagram, things of that nature. But I'll allow it to come in. I might look at it or may not look at it later. So only depending on the time of the day. I don't even really like to bother people after 7 o'clock. It's just, it's late. Even if it's the summer, that's your time. That's your time to be doing whatever without feeling pressured. Contact me directly. I don't know. I have a few different avenues other than just Square.
Yeah. And when I release the podcast, I'll put the tags in it for how to get in contact with you also. So I want to thank you so much, Bianca. I have really enjoyed this conversation. I appreciate you being on Women Entrepreneur Spotlight. And I am looking forward to speaking with you and seeing you in all the organic stores.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're working towards it. Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity as well.
You are welcome. Thank you for listening to Women Entrepreneur Spotlight. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. For updates on my next interview, follow me on Facebook at Woman Entrepreneur Spotlight. Until then, keep being awesome.